Okay. First of all, it's an honor to be asked to be here today. I just found out recently that this was planned. And, you know, I'm going to take you down a little bit of a little history. And the history involves the name that this park is named after, who is Matthew Elmer Helme. And why is this park named after this man? Well, when Huntington Beach first started, prior to being named Huntington Beach, it was named Pacific City. And it was a group of men who were trying to start a city that rivaled Atlantic City in the east. Well, during those first 3 years, between 1901 and 1903, they got involved with Henry Huntington, who was a person that was involved with the rail system here in Los Angeles and a little bit north. And he got involved, and the next thing you know, they wanted to have his rail system established in Huntington Beach, and in honor of that situation, they named Huntington Beach after him. My great-grandfather came out from Illinois. He was a farmer. He came out on one of the trains. I believe it was the Transcontinental, and then he transferred on to the Southern Pacific, and came here in 1885. Lived in Santa Ana for 4 years and picked grapes. That's what he did for a job. He was a young man. He then went to Washington State, got married, established a farm up there with his wife, had 3 children. Next thing you know, he decided, you know what, I don't have any place to educate my children. They were out in the middle of a wheat field with no school and no teachers. So he had lived here before. He packed his family up, came back down to Santa Ana, and Huntington Beach was starting to take off. It was still Pacific City at the time when he got here in 1903. He got involved with the city and the city government and was elected to the first board of trustees with 4 other gentlemen. He became the city's 4th mayor in 1917. He was involved with everything to start and incorporate a city, which the city got incorporated in 1909. So as life goes on, and all the things that he did as far as bringing in the gas and other kinds of facilities to make everybody's life better in Huntington Beach at the time, that's kind of what he was responsible for, along with the other board of trustees at the time. He resigned in 1918 over a disagreement over the other trustees at the time over the war that was starting in World War I. I don't know if you guys are going to study that or know anything about it, but that's his issue that he resigned over. He was the longest original board of trustees that served the longest by the time he resigned in 1918. He then moved back up to the farm, left his daughter and his 2 boys. One boy went up with him. Both boys went up with him, left his daughter, and she married into the Worthy family in 1916. Had 2 boys. His oldest son, Norman Worthy, has a park named after him over by the police department and Huntington Beach High School, adjacent, Norman L. Worthy Park. And that was named after him because he served our city and developed 57 parks in this city of ours that we live in today. He also won an award for Central Park and was instrumental in putting a $6 million bond that the people of Huntington Beach voted for to make all these beautiful parks in our city today that we enjoy. The park was named after my father in his honor because of his 33 years of service to his vision of creating a wonderful park and recreation department for this beautiful city that we live in. So even though the parks are basically mandated from my father to be named after mayors, this was something that was overridden when my father passed away at 83, that the city council at the time wanted to honor my father and his vision for Huntington Beach, and all of you guys that are living here and going to grow up here and go to school here, that you're going to have this wonderful opportunity to enjoy all the parks in this city.